Hello and welcome to my second ever YouTube video. There's been a bit of a gap between the first one and the last one. However, I set myself a goal of only doing 12 videos this year. So if I stay on track with that, I will be happy. If I do more, great. If I don't, I'm happy with my 12. I did try last couple of weeks, like since the last video, to film some like studio vlog type footage, and I'm not gonna lie, it just didn't work. I either start something, do a little video intro, get way too into it and then forget to film, or I film piffle and it's not worth it. And I'm a type of studio vlog girly that I like people talking because I'm watching / listening to them whilst I'm working in my studio. So if it's loads of things I've got to stop and look at the screen and see what's going on, I find it really distracting. So I was trying not to do that type of studio vlog and to do one where I was talking all the time, but then I couldn't make the things and talk at the same time, and then I suppose I'd have to... I decided that it wasn't for me, and I'm just going to try and do some videos based around things. So it might just be me sitting and chatting sometimes, or it might be me making something. Today this video, I have a couple of new items to play with, new products. So I've got a new piece of equipment that I want to play with, and I've just had a delivery of some new items I am going to play around with to see if I want to bring them to the shop. So I'm going to go get my box and we can open that to look at the delivery together, and then we can start making some new... My phone seems to know when I want to start recording, and then it's like doing... I don't know what's going on. It's like it's possessed. I got a box here, a big box. I ordered some sublimation blanks that I have been hunting for a while, and I haven't been able to find the ones that I want because I'm really particular. Like, I really like things to be a certain way, and I like quality to be the best that it can be. And if that means paying more for things, then I have a tendency to do that because I don't know. Am I being snobby? I don't know. I like things to be the best that they can be. So I've had it. Oh, just broken nail. Just broken nail. Not impressed. Back on track. I had a product that I wanted to bring to the shop, and I've had an idea for absolutely ages. I have like an idea in my head, and I want things to be a particular way, and if I can't get them to be that way, this is the thickest cardboard box. I'm going to keep this, so if somebody orders loads of stuff, I can reuse it. What was I saying? I get an idea in my... That was what I was saying. I get an idea in my head, and I want a product to be a certain way, and if I can't find the blanks, or I can't get the good enough quality to make a product that way, I don't make it. Which I don't know if that's silly, because I see videos of things, people saying just make it, first time just make it, and you can always improve it. But in my head, I can't. I want it to be as good the first time, and then keep improving it if I can. I don't want it to be rubbish and then improve it. Like, I just whatever. So I got a couple of things. I got a cleaner for my glasses. That's not related to the shop. That's just something that I wanted. This is the exciting thing. Ooh, it's what I wanted as well. So, I have wanted a little cozy stand for my desk for a really long time. But I'm about to find out that this isn't what I want. What I wanted was one that was rechargeable and that you didn't have to have plugged in all the time. However, judging by the fact it has a cable and a slot, I don't think it's quite what I wanted. However, we shall look. Yes, so it's like this, and I've got ideas of like things I want to put on them, and that it sits on your desk for a little, just a bit cozy vibes. However, I thought this was rechargeable and would just... Ooh, lighting got weird then. I don't know why. Sorry. I thought that this was rechargeable, so you wouldn't have to have a cable. However, I think it is USB powered with a USB cable, which is better than the other ones I found, which were plugs. I haven't got enough plug sockets in my office. I don't know about anybody else, but I didn't want to plug. So this one has a little USB, so I could plug it into my dock or my laptop or something. I'm gonna have to have a little play because that might not quite what I wanted, which is disappointing. What else did I? Yeah, and the other product in this box isn't for the shop. The other product is it's just for my daughter. Right, I'm gonna plug this in. Have a look. Let me move this box away. Also, it means I should probably read descriptions better than I actually do. Let's have a look. It's not doing anything. Oh, there it is. Okay, I don't know if you can... It's not the best light because, you know, it's daylight. But it does light up. Only when it's plugged in though, because if I unplug it from here... Oh! Oh! Oh, I think it might be rechargeable. Oh, yes. That was way too excited. All right, I'm going to plug one of these into charge, and then I'm actually going to read the description properly on the website, because I think I might have got exactly what I wanted. I've just looked up the description and read it properly. It is rechargeable, and it will give you 5 hours of illumination per charge, which I think is pretty good for just a little cute thing on your desk. I'm pleased about that. I'm going to have to do some research. I brought 3. Yeah, I got 3 to play around with and have a little look. This is the problem with new products and sublimation, is the testing. Sublimation isn't cheap in the first place, and the products, like the base products, aren't cheap either. So I always feel really guilty that I am wasting money, like getting the product in, the sample in, and playing around with it, because if I get my timings wrong, I get my heat wrong, or I get my pressure wrong, or my printer plays up, and there's so many things that can go wrong, and then I've wasted anywhere between like a couple of pounds, and some of the sublimation products I've had have been well over £10. So it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money, and I feel really guilty. I'm trying really hard not to this year, and to see it as growth, and that you can't have new products and invest in your business without paying for some of these things, and growth costs money. No matter how hard you try, it does. If you want to bring new things and you want to expand, it costs money. Anywho, that is a new product. I am going to work on... I know which one of the designs I want to transfer onto it to see how that's going to work. So I'm going to use that as the first design and try that and see how it goes, and I will show you guys all of that. The other secondary product that I have been wanting to bring to the shop for, like, it's probably over a year. I've been researching the equipment to be able to make them in-house, and it's I have just said, I'm not very good at spending money on expanding things, because I panic that I've spent too much money, and then it's going to take me a really, really long time to get that money back, and I struggle with it. But I need to spend the money to get the growth and to do the new products. So I finally took the plunge after I had a little sale, and it did a lot better than I was... Hello, Boofles. It did a lot better than I was expecting. Penny kisses. So I finally treated myself to a wire binding machine. I've wanted one for so long. I have researched. I checked Black Friday sales. I checked absolutely everything. I knew what I wanted. I knew what I wanted: a 2-to-1 pitch machine. I knew I wanted wire bound. I knew, like, I have my dream machine in mind, and I really, really, really want. But the base price of those is like £600, which, whew, can't afford that. I'd love one, but I can't afford that. But so that's like my goal machine. If notebooks do well, I will save up, invest, and I will buy that machine, because it is like the luxury wire binding machines. The one I have gone for, I just got off Amazon. I think it cost me £150, which is still a lot of money on a piece of machine that only makes one type of product. But I ordered a 2-to-1 pitch Rayson wire binding machine. It came a couple of weeks ago, I think, and I just haven't had a chance to, I haven't even made a notebook, I haven't even had a chance. So I've got all the supplies now. I've got the card for the covers, obviously I've already got sticker paper, I've got the line paper for inside, and I've got the machine, and I've got the wires to bind it. So that is another product that I really want to bring to the shop ASAP. So I'm going to start and do a little test and make one. I'm going to use an existing use an existing design that I've already got, that it's not going to be anything new, it's just going to be one I've already got from the shop, to play around with as a test. Ooh. Have you ever get distracted by the dog? Because I felt a mat in her ear. Oh no, I think it's just her actual ear. Oh god. Today's been one of those days. So I'm going to make up a test notebook. I do have some plain paper, which I thought, oh, I'll try plain paper notebooks, which is my least favourite type, but my daughter really likes drawing, so I thought that might be a good one to do for her, just to play around with. However, turns out A5 white printer paper is 1 millimetre bigger than actual A5, which I don't know why, but it means I'd have to then buy another machine, which I don't have, a guillotine for like cutting the edges off to make it flash. So I'm hoping the line paper won't have that problem. I really, really am hoping that it won't have that problem. But yeah, I'm going to mock up a design, or turn one of my designs into thing, print it out, and I'll show you, and then I'll move you over to where the wire binding machine is, and we will have a go at that. And I don't think, I might not do the actual sublimation today. I think I might just check the sizings and stuff and do a little bit more research, because I've not sublimated on glass before. And then whilst it's charging anyway, and then I think I might do that tomorrow. Also, because I want to make myself a sweatshirt tomorrow. I've got the sweatshirt design, like blank, that I buy. I bought myself the pink one that says antisocial, that I put antisocial on, but I got that in a 2XL, and it is actually quite big. It comes down over my bum, so I sized down to what I would be normally, which is an XL. I sized up for that because I thought it was going to come up small. So I want to put a design on that and try it, and then wear that for a little bit and see how it goes. Because this is the 3XL hoodie, I think. I'm finding that the sweatshirts you have to size unless you want oversized, and the hoodies you have to size up to have it to be. I don't like things tight on my belly to have it to be comfortable. But why? How did I get to talking about sweatshirts? I don't know how well this is going to work. We shall see. I apologise about the lighting as well. This is like a funny bit of my studio. So we have the card, like for the front and back cover. Let me just find the paper. I'm thinking 75 sheets is a good amount. That's a good notebook size. Let's have a look. So we're going to do this very technically. I'm not counting 75 sheets. I ain't got time for that. Ooh, these are nicer than I was expecting. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to weigh a sheet. 2. So 75 times 2. So I need 150 grams. 140. Oh, close. This is going to become a new game, isn't it? How close can you get? Oh, too much. Ooh. There we go. That'll do. Actually, I mean, I got it obviously as a try. I didn't know what it was going to be like. It is a little bit nicer than I was expecting, which is good. Which is really good. I think I would be very happy with that in a notepad for myself. And then the idea is that you get back cover, which I think I will just leave plain and add my logo to. And then front cover, which will have the design on. So I'm going to go print, oh, not the camera, sorry. I'm going to go print the design out, and then we can pop it on here together. Please excuse the state of this table. It's the one my laminate had a fire on, and it's stained. My theory here is I've got my piece of card, I've got my design, and then I've got my laminate to go on top. I'm thinking I will stick the card on the design, trim it down so the design just covers the front bit of card, and then use the laminate to go over the top and like seal it on the edge. I think that's my thinking. I don't know if it's going to work. I personally like this. So this is, oh my gosh, I don't know what this is, but it's grey board but whiteboard. I've got a white version of grey board, and it's quite sturdy. I know that people make the covers out of just like 300 GSM card, but I don't know, I find that a bit curvy, like it curls over time, so I'm hoping that this will fix that problem. How I'm going to stick this on here and get the pattern in the right place is another matter, but let's have a go. I also have no idea if the sound is even going to be working. Can I see the picture? No, I cannot, so we're going to do it this way. Okay, so what I've done is I've just folded back the backing so I can see, like, my aim is if I can get the card stuck just a smidge. I don't know, this might work for pattern things, but I don't know how this is going to work for anything that's not got a full page design. We shall see. We shall see. Right, in the bin. Oh no, don't do that, Linda. You'll stick it to the desk, you dumb nuts. We'll try that next time. We will get the silhouette to cut the sticker out. Right. And then I wouldn't have all the excess to deal with, would I? Excuse my dogs. Dog. Right. That, I'm going to get my roller. Hang on. This, one of those tools that you buy and you think, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to use that. I use it all the freaking time. Highly recommend. Right, I've given that a roll. That's all on. Now I'm going to apply the laminate, which I have cut it so it's, make sure there's no, ugh. I've cut it so it's slightly bigger. So my theory is I will stick this on, then I will trim the corners, and then I will fold over. That is the plan. I don't particularly enjoy applying laminate. Now we're going to trim. Right, now I'm just going to put all these over and stick them like that. You have to have a think about this, I think. I have to say though, aesthetically, I like how that's come out. So the book will look like that. Now we're going to attempt binding, but I want to check where the holes go, if that makes sense, so I can check that it is in the right place, that the holes, like these holes, aren't going to cut off or anything. That's more centralised. Oh, let's hold that again. This is very technical, I will have you know. Very. Right, in we go. I'm happy with the hole placement. Not happy with how I did that. Like, so how do I make sure that I have it in exactly the right place? And this goes here. I have to stand up to do this, I think. So this goes on here. Covers go on at the end, is what I've learned from the internet. And this only says I can only do a certain amount of sheets, so I'm going to keep it nice and slow. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to keep the, like there's a top and a bottom, we're going to keep the top at this end. That's my plan. Get that all the way in. Ooh. So then I'm going to punch these while I then logically think about which one I add first. So that's the top, and then that will close, and then that will be the back. No, I want that to be, that's the top. I think. No, because that'll be backwards. Why can't my brain work this out? So that's going to close up here like this, which means that will be the back. If that closes there, and I want the back cover. Oh, I'm going to have to Google this. Hang on. Right, I watched a video. I think I'm going to take these all off here and turn them around this way. So this is now the bottom and that is the top. And I freed those all back on, being lazy. Then I'm going to punch this so it sits like that. Oh, Jesus. And then that like that. And then the back cover goes on top backwards. Then you take that and then it sits all this. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing, peoples. Ah, there we go. Oh, now that's gone too far. Right, I need to go get a wire cutter. Right, I've made it. I have a notebook. I have a notebook as I envisioned in my head. I've bound it wrong. I don't know how. This is hard. New things are hard. But yeah, I'm gonna, my wire's like, it's not round. I don't know if you can see that. I don't think you can if I bring it closer. It's not round because they were too big. So I'm about to sort that out. Overall, quality-wise, I'm really happy. I'm really happy with the cover being thick and sturdy, and I'm really happy with the back cover again. And the paper quality is lovely. I'm going to use this notebook myself, so this is fine. It's not a waste in any way, shape, or form because I will use this. But yeah, like it doesn't quite, I don't know if you see that, it doesn't like, I don't think you can see, but it doesn't quite match up at the bottom. Is that because I don't know what I've done. I'll be back. Did I completely forget that I was recording this YouTube video? Yes. It's like 2 weeks later, maybe more. I don't know. But I started it, so I thought I'd come on and show you the finished product that I made and then edit this all together and get it up. And then that can be my February video. I'm not convinced this YouTube thing is for me. I'm not very good. I think it's because I do everything on my phone. So it's quite, I don't know, it's really annoying having to set it up and remember. It's not like it's something that I can just have set up, because then if I need to use my phone to like post on social media or do anything, I don't know. I'm not convinced it's for me. We will try. However, I'm going to talk you through notebooks, which was the product I believe I was working on in the last video. So what order did I do this in? So this was the first one that I made, and I was trying the cover card with the laminate on, but the laminate like folded round. I don't know if you can, yeah, you can see like the laminate on the inside of the cover. And whilst I love the finish of the cover, I didn't like this. So then the next book I tried, I didn't wrap the laminate around. I just cut it to the edge of the card. However, I don't like the feel of the edge of the card on the front cover when I've done it this way. Whilst it's perfect and like the lamination and everything, it works really well. It hasn't peeled up. This has been on my desk for, well, 2 weeks now, as we have established. I just don't like the sensory feel of the edge of the card. So I decided that I wanted to see if I could make this style work better. So then I went to mock-up number 3, which is the one that I have decided to do, is this. So you get the laminate cover, it goes around on the inside, and then I'm going to bring this in. But you can see, so you can see the laminate, but it's underneath. What I've done is I added white vinyl on top of it. So this whole page is now covered in white vinyl. So it's super protected, because, and like there's nothing that's going to be lifting the laminate up because it's outdoor adhesive vinyl. So it's super strong, and I think it gives a really nice finish. And if you're somebody who likes to stick those sticker pockets and you like notebooks and stuff, they would stick quite well to that, I think. So that was the finish that I decided on, and then so I just went through it. So yes, you get the cover, which is like the 650, I think, GSM card. Like, it is sturdy. Then inside with the laminate, then you get 75 lined pages. I really want to find a printer that can do as an external printer, not like my printer. I can do it on my printer, or like a paper merchant, I think, that can do me dotted paper. And then the back cover again is the 650 GSM card, and I just stick my logo and a sticker on the back. I wasn't debating whether or not to do the pattern like on the back side as well, but when I went to do it and like trying to get everything to line up and stuff, it just wasn't playing along, and I wasn't overly happy with it, so I decided against it. So I'm just going to do the plain back covers with my logo. But that, I have to say, as far as testing goes, was a pretty successful one. To only have to do 3, and I'm going to use all these myself, so it's not a wasted product. And if I wasn't going to use them myself, like, I could sell these as like in a seconds drop. I'm not going to, because I'm going to use them. But I have to say, as far as products go for testing a new product, I'm pretty impressed that I managed to do it in 3. I do have to really think when I'm binding that I make sure I punch and like do everything in the right order. I'm going to write myself, I've written myself like a little note, which I'm hoping the more I do it, the like second nature it becomes. But I'm pretty pleased as far as testing a new product goes. I don't think that was too bad to only have to do 3. But there we go. Anywho, I am going to sign off now, because like I said, I started filming this video a couple of weeks ago, and I've actually got no idea what the footage was at the beginning. When I go to edit this back together, I'll have to have a look. I think there's probably other stuff that I've missed, but that'll just have to wait. I will see. I think YouTube for me might have to just be sit down videos, do it all in one go. I'm not sure I can do this half doing stuff thing. I have to do like everything all in one day, and then that video is just done, not having to remember to come back to it, because I apparently can't do that. But anywho, I hope you have had a lovely day. If you have made it this far, thank you so much for watching my rambles, and I will see you next time. Bye.